Joe Biden has officially started recruiting for his TikTok army.
I just want to remind everybody that the Republican Party is insane.
I get triggered because Walgreens bans abortion pills.
So I shot a gun for the first time today. This experience made me want more gun control, not less.
If memory serves me right, statistically, I'm pretty sure white men with a history of white supremacy are not going to have a good time during that discussion.
We will go hang out with Hillary and Hunter on an island or something.
And I promise you, Republicans mess with the wrong generation. Let's go.
Now, Gianna, in case you didn't know, Joe Biden has started recruiting your kids so they could be his own personal scratch and sniff. No, but in all seriousness, Joe Biden has started recruiting some Gen Z TikTok influencers to help him with his 2024 bid. So this article came out from Axios, Biden's digital strategy, an army of influencers. It says here, the move aims to boost Biden's standing among young voters who are crucial to Democrats' success in elections and potentially counter former President Trump's massive social media following. So I do want to point this out. It says right here, the details, hundreds of unpaid independent content creators have been given access to Biden's White House. Okay, that's going to be important for later. So just keep that in mind. So the two main influencers we're going to look at today are Harry Sisson and Chris Mowry. Let's take a look at what content they are producing on the social media platform.
Follow me here, right? Bud Light partnered with Dylan Mulvaney, an LGBTQ plus creator, to do some work and promote Bud Light. Now, if you're a human being who wants to grow as a person, this is what I would look for. Let's say you don't know a lot about this issue, you're scrolling past your timeline, and you say, oh, okay, Bud Light must have put time, energy, effort, millions of dollars into market research via paying a bunch of people 6+ figures a year to determine that this was a good idea for their brand. This must mean that lots of people support this. I should do more research into this issue with an open mind. As opposed to someone else who sees this, gets triggered, and then goes outside and shoots BBs at a beer can and posts it on social media.
Okay, first off, he's obviously referencing Kid Rock, that last bit.
Yeah.
He wasn't shooting BBs.
I was going to say, those were not BBs. And I also like how he's like, oh, well, you would think that they would like look into this more and do more research on the LGBT blah 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 if they see that Bud Light, which is like using all this money to pay people to do all this research, that this is going to work for their branding. But it didn't. Right. You were wrong. That it didn't do well. Their marketing team was wrong.
They fired that VP sales tank. They fired another marketing guy. It's a complete shit show at Bud Light.
This kid's like fucking 15.
I was gonna say, even if he's allowed
can this kid even drink beer? How'd you get that? You better put that beer back before your dad finds out.
Let's take a look at another piece of content Chris made about gun rights.
No matter how you cut it. And before you say, Chris, the shooter was trans, I don't give a damn what the shooter was. And I find it very fascinating that now you want to have a discussion about possible motive. If memory serves me right, statistically, I'm pretty sure white men with a history of white supremacy are not going to have a good time during that discussion. You say, Chris, the issue is mental health. Is it? Is that why Republicans are blocking bills to fund mental health in school? You say, okay, Chris, the issue is we need more guns. Really? We have the most guns per capita in the world, and schools are still getting shut up. Try again. Try again. You are so focused on niche issues, and eventually people will get fed up. Enough is enough. The issue is gun control, and I am sorry to the victims of the family, man.
To the victims of the family, man.
I love the points they bring up where they blame all the things on, well, Republicans, but also guns, too. Mm-hmm. It's just funny how all these TikTokers, influencers, kind of have those same bullet points of gun control is how we stop this. We're going to move on to the other influencer that has seemingly been recruited by Joe Biden. His name is Harry Sisson.
So I shot a gun for the first time today, and I've always been told by Republicans that after the first time, I'll be in favor of guns and I'll want more guns. But for me, it was the exact opposite. I realized how powerful these guns are, and at a moment's notice, they can be used to take someone's life. And the fact that in many states in this country, you can walk into one of these stores and 10 minutes later walk out with an AR-15 is absurd. This experience made me want more gun control, not less.
What Republican? I've never heard that one before. Like, oh, I always hear when you shoot it for the first time, you're gonna want a gun. Like, what?
I've heard them bring up the point that none of these Democrats who complain about gun control have never shot a gun before, and that they should. But I don't think I've ever heard them say something like, "Oh, as soon as you shoot a gun, you're gonna want one."
Yeah, it's like, no, you need to like learn about it and learn gun safety. Yeah, dude, of course you're scared of it. Like, you don't know how to use it. Like, you're just like, boom, and then, oh my god, this is such a powerful weapon, and I need to go scream about it on TikTok.
For me, it seems like Harry here has just realized that a gun
Can kill someone.
But it's also not a toy. And that's what we're trying to say to these people, you know? When we want guns, we want people to learn that, you know, it's not a toy, it's a deadly weapon, it's a tool, and we need to learn how to use it.
Yes, and be safe with it. It is like he didn't quite realize that until now.
I just want to remind everybody that the Republican Party is insane. Like, they think that 18-year-olds are too young to vote and that we should raise the voting age, but they also think that 18-year-olds are old enough to own an AR-15. And if you're a woman, you're old enough to become a mother by denying you reproductive health care. Does that make sense to anybody? No, absolutely not. But Republican policies never make sense.
But again, here, he brings up like a lot of different bullet points in like a 20-second video. So this is perfect for Gen Z who are, you know...
They have no attention span.
Right.
They hear beep, beep, boop, and they're like...
Yes. Also like the argument, too, he brings up where he says Republicans don't want you to vote at 18, but they want you to buy a gun. Well, it's like, yeah, Democrats want you to change sexes
when you're like 5 years old.
5.
Yeah, wait, that's true. If she says she's a girl and she's 4 years old, then she must be a girl.
She's
it's
ready
like,
to make life-altering decision.
Cut the weenie off.
Now, okay, I know what you're thinking. Man, these are two great TikTok political influencers.
Love them.
What happens when we put them together, Avengers style, in a TikTok?
Let me tell you something. Gen Z is going to make sure there's a blue wave in 2024.
Republicans have no policy to help young people. They're literally trying to take away our rights.
They are, and Harry, myself, and millions of other Gen Zers have a message to send, and I promise you, Republicans mess with the wrong generation. Let's go!
It's just sad because I know a lot of Gen Z people on TikTok are just going to see these guys and be like, oh, these two
idiots
people on TikTok are right. There's no fact check needed here. They could just say this, you know, free speech, I don't care, but...
Yeah, but they can just say it, and then all of the repercussions after it of, like, kids seeing this and being like, this is true. I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay, so then after, you know, it came out that these guys were gonna be working for Biden, had access to the White House, unpaid, remember that? Unpaid. So as it turns out, these guys were being represented by a multimedia company, kind of like a PR firm type of thing. And, you know, people did some digging. And they found out that this company that they were working for, that they were represented by, was paid by the DNC.
So they're getting a fat bag to post these videos.
So this news came out that they were getting paid by the DNC, and obviously they had to make a response video because if you're not responding to the haters, are you even really a TikTok star?
Exactly.
But recently, many people on the right have been accusing myself and Chris of being paid by the DNC, and we just wanted to come on and say that's an incredibly dumb thing to think.
Yeah, like, congratulations, you discovered we're both signed to Palette Management, which is in our bios. And Palette's a huge company, right? They do marketing work, they do management work. So they receive that money to do marketing and to cover travel expenses separate from what we do. So we haven't seen a dime of that $200,000. Like, do you really think I would dress like this if I had $200,000?
And we want to reiterate that everything that's been posted on social media is public information. This is not a home run story. It's all out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we're going to go continue our normal content like people want to see. Maybe we'll go hang out with Hillary and Hunter on an island or something.
Which island they talking about?
But, you know, typical video, you know, kind of spinning it a little bit because, you know, they're technically not being paid directly by the DNC, but they're still getting some sort of funding through it. But what makes this video more interesting is that video is now deleted. they've deleted that off of their TikTok. So I'm not saying, you can't delete videos, but it does make it seem
A little sus.
a little suspicious.
A little suspicious.
All in all, I hate to say it, but this is probably going to benefit the Democrats and Joe Biden's campaign in the long run. I mean, it's just simple. The Republicans need to get with the times and get younger and get those young voters in those polls voting for DJT.
I'm going to come.
They need, like, relatable young folks, but who aren't, like, cringy TikTok stars like these idiots are.
I wouldn't be opposed to, having us, help out.
I'll get paid by the Repubs.
Yeah. But that's going to be one of the biggest fights coming into this election of 2024 is getting those young voters in, and we shall see what happens. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you can go ahead and follow Gianna on all her social media accounts down in the description below. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Maybe we'll go hang out with Hillary and Hunter on an island or something.